Fake news has existed since human beings learned how to lie and manipulate. The issue of fake news has also been a factor in the British relationship between politics and news media. While politicians have been guilty of perpetuating their political views as facts, news media has fallen victim of spreading what would be classified as fake news. From news media outlets' points of view, when addressing or criticizing political issues, there have been instances of reporters not respecting professional standards of news reporting by perpetuating biased representation of ethnic, national, and regional identities. Fake news is not an issue that is only affecting today's political climate, but has been a tool that has helped push many political agendas, from ethnic cleansing to immigration laws, via propaganda. However, through citizen journalism, the audience now has the power to identify and expose fake news and participate in maintaining the integrity of news reporting. Media representation of ethnicity is very powerful, as it could be the only experience of other cultures that some audiences encounter. While analyzing the relationship between fake news and politics, there have been many instances in the history of the world where the misrepresentation of ethnic and regional identities has been used as a political tool to push forward political agendas. The interpretation of issues and events in the news media can influence public opinion. That main tool would be propaganda, which is a mode of communication used to manipulate or influence the opinion of groups to support a particular cause or belief. Over the centuries, propaganda has taken the form of artwork, films, speeches, and music, though it is not limited to these forms of communication. It was after the 9/11 attack that the concept of the War on Terror was created. Politicians, along with the help of news media, through wording and misrepresentation in the media, made it so that Islam and terrorism became synonymous. The War on Terror quickly became the war against Islamic countries, since the terrorists responsible for the 9/11 used their holy scriptures and teachings to justify their attack. But in many West European countries, something new and insidious seems to be happening. The familiar old arguments against immigrants are mutating into Islamic bias that is becoming institutionalized in the continent's otherwise ordinary. We still see the effect of this propaganda today. Anti-Islamic views and ideologies in the media and in politics are widely accepted today. It is most obvious in immigration law, policies regarding refugees, and the treatment of Muslims worldwide. When the Syrian war caused millions of Syrians to seek refuge in other countries, the refugees and asylum seekers were met with lack of empathy and unimaginable resistance. Why? Because Syria is a predominantly Islamic country. Concerns about neighboring countries' national security being threatened due to the possibility of terror attacks or their presence in their country being a threat to democracy came in question. In comparison to the Ukrainian crisis, Ukrainian refugees are welcomed by many European countries with open arms, with international support and empathy. Both countries are experiencing war. Both countries have people in great need of food, medication, shelter, and safety. Only one is Muslim. Only one is deemed worthy. Only one's humanity is being recognized.
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me, if you're asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked not about they are in that situation. Don't the politicians of Europe have a moral humanitarian duty to step in?
No. No, because it's not about helping someone who is receiving very hard situation about the war. It's not about refugees, but illegal immigrants. It's a law.
As for the audience, you can use citizen journalism to be able to expose and correct fake news in the media. Citizen journalism refers to any type of news gathering and reporting that is done by members of the general public rather than the professional news agency commonly referred to as mainstream media. Also, there's a 5-step rule that you should be able to use to find fake news in the media. Look for unusual URLs, dissect the layout, dig deeper, cross-check your references, and don't be afraid to reverse image search your references. Thank you for listening.
Created using Powtoon.